Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Split Labs channel. Today is Thursday, March 19th, 2026. And as always, before we jump into today's NBA best bets, as always, I have to let you guys know this video is completely powered by Split Labs because we built you the exact tool that we wanted to use as sports bettors. Split Labs shows you public betting splits, line movement, and market signals across all major sports in one place. If you want to see what the crowd is doing, where the line is going, and what the market is literally hinting at, that's literally what we do every single day. Head over to the link in the description, splitlabs.net. Use promo code YouTube for 50% off your first month and get access to everything that you see here today to help me go over my NBA best bets. All right, let's get into the slate. But before we do, I haven't done a recap in a little bit. Let's get that out the way. On yesterday's slate, not how I wanted it to be. I think we lost the Warriors by I don't know if it was a hook or whatever. I know we barely just lost this Warriors under, which not fantastic, but it is what it is. Part of the game. NBA in a nutshell. Mavericks plus 8.5 didn't even come close. That was an L. Mavericks team total over 114.5. That was a W. I think they ended with 120. And then the Houston Rockets, I mean, come on. That team has just not been good to me, at least against the Lakers. And they're pulling me off the train. I love KD as a person. Not that I know KD, right? But as a player is probably a better way that I should say it. But I just don't get it. I don't get it. They just can't pull it out. But also, hats off to Luka and LeBron, DeAndre. That team right now is on a tear and they look fantastic. They've come a long way, so it's really nice to see. So with that being said, let's get into our NBA best bets today. We'll start off with a kind of nasty one, but I did see some reads that I was looking at here. The Pistons versus the Wizards. It's not the prettiest game on the board, but I think there's some insight that we can use in here. Starting with the spread, it opened at a -16. It's moving downwards towards this -14.4 because the Wizards are taking the majority of the money. This is a -1,150 money line. So yeah, you're not taking this in any capacity. Right? You're basically forced to take this spread. We've got 74% of bets, 82% of money on Washington Wizards to cover plus 14.5, which I think this is more so because the Wizards are such huge underdogs. The public is always kind of cautious and wary about taking large spreads. I think they're maybe overlooking the fact that this is the Wizards and they're just not a good team. Going into the money line, 96% of bets, 93% of money. We're not going to read too much into this line movement as well. Let me scroll down a little bit. Just because it opened at a -1,200, it's trending towards the Wizards, but also, guys, sure, it's signaling in the opposite way, and I'm air quoting reverse line movement here, but look at how much this is priced accordingly. I don't foresee this being an upset spot. And then we've got the total. It's currently setting at a 230.5 with 78% of bets, 92% of money on it. It opened at a 229.5. Again, it moved extremely minorly to 230.5, which is, I feel like it's a pity, right? I feel like it's a pity movement here. We've got Kate Cunningham currently listed as out for Detroit. We've got a fully healthy Wizards squad, but that's not saying much. They're winning by an average of 15.6 over the last 10 plus 6. They're currently away right now. They're 2-1 away, 3-4 in their last 10. I mean, the Wizards are wizarding, not great. So what's the read here? You've got Kate out. I know there was a report this morning from Shams about, his diagnosis. So I think that's also impacting this right now. But the Pistons are significantly better. I think their scoring might be a little impacted. As we know, the Wizards aren't really playing defense as we saw over the last few weeks. Well, realistically, the entire season. But guys, come on. I'm going to go with the under 230.5 here, just because I do think the total might drop a little bit with Cade not being there. I do think the Pistons still kind of blow this out the water. I'm not going to take a full spread on them, but I do want to just take a quick look at the team total on this one. Is currently sitting at a 122.5. I'm not going to play that. We're going to just go with the under of this under 230.5. I don't really have the Wizards putting up points. I do think Cade's absence will cause a little bit of a downside for the Pistons. Of course, he's a star player, but like the Pistons, I think they do cover this. That's my lean, but I'm just only going to play the total here. Give me the under 230.5 and we'll move on to the next game. Let's get something that's not a huge spread. I mean, do I keep fading these Lakers? I feel like today is going to be the day that I'm like, yeah, bet the Lakers, and then they lose. So this seems like a really just a like I can't get a read. I shouldn't keep fading the Lakers here, but we'll go into this matchup and kind of see where I land here. We've got 55% of bets, 57% of money on Lakers plus 3.5. It opened at a +1, now sitting at a 3.5 like we said, so it's growing in the favor of Miami, even though we're seeing less bets and less money. This is also what we were seeing in the previous like 2 Laker games with the Rockets, and they still blew them out the water. They're completely hot. And then as far as the money line, you have 61% of bets. This, I feel like I'm having deja vu. This looks like the exact same lines as the Rockets for the last 2. It opened at -118, now sitting at a -148. So this is a really good sign for Miami Heat, but also don't forget Lakers are on a back-to-back. I think that's playing a role in this. And then we've got the over. It's basically a 50-50. It is trending towards the over here. And as I always say, I think people on a back-to-back, the books kind of shade into the slight regression that the public thinks that should happen, especially being a high-scoring game yesterday for the Lakers. I'm going to take this over 241.5. It's a really high number. Let's just do a quick comparison of like what we usually have. 241, 227. Like, yeah, it's a pretty high number here, especially for a Heat team. Especially for a team on a back-to-back. I'm going to lean into that. I'm going to go over 241.5. The line is trending upwards, even though it's basically a pick'em. I feel like that's kind of telling us something there. So I'm going to take that one and I'm going to run with it. Give me the over 241.5. Going to avoid playing a team here just because I have not had a good read on this Lakers team. They are hot, and I don't want to keep fading them and then getting burnt and then being annoyed that I wasn't on the side of the Lakers' current tear of a win streak. But I'm also not going to put any deja vu on them and have them lose their game. So on that note, we're going to avoid that one. Lastly, let's do the Sixers. What do we have here? Looks like we don't have an injury report ready yet. But it's trending in favor of Sacramento, which is pretty interesting. This over looks like a really good number here. Definitely want to check the injury reporting on this one, but let's jump into the numbers. We've got the 76ers versus the Sacramento Kings. 65% of bets, 80% of money on Sacramento +3. This line has not changed whatsoever, so definitely something to note that the books are comfortable taking the Sacramento +3. Also, moneyline Sixers, 53% of bets, 65% of money on Sacramento, on the 76ers. So definitely something to note here, just given that the line movement is shifting in favor of the Kings again here. And then this total currently sitting at an under 227.5, 80% of bets, 84% of money, currently opened at 232.5 and trending downwards 5 points. So you're missing out on a lot of numbers here. I think the cleanest read on this board is this under. I want to look at the injury report just for the 76ers and kind of see maybe Embiid's out. I don't know. I don't want to put that in the air, but maybe that's kind of what's impacting this. Things are trending towards the Kings. I mean, obviously they're not the greatest team, but I think they can compete. I mean, you've got DeMar, he's fantastic and things like that. I don't think this team is as bad on paper as, you know, their record kind of signals that they are right now. Like they can definitely compete. They're scrappy. And as you guys know, even though the Sixers have a positive record, they're just not a team that I completely trust. So with that being said, I'm just going to play the under here. Give me the under 220. We'll bring this up a little bit just because we're a little late to this number. Give me the under 228.5 here. We're going to buy back some points. I feel like it's kind of a middle ground here, and then we can go that route. I think that's the strongest read here. I'm not going to force my hand here on a matchup that's kind of signaling Kings upset, but I don't have the full information without the injury report fully available for me on Split Labs right now. So with that being said, those are my 3 bets for the day. We didn't really land on a team, but I don't know if that's the worst case scenario, just given how teams have been burning me on NBA as of late right now. We're going to stay cautious here today, and we're going to ride these 3 out. Keep preparing for the MLB season next week and dive into that. So with that being said, guys, if this video helped you at all, please feel free to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. As always, leave a comment of your best bets, anything that maybe I landed on that you're disagreeing with, or anything that I like that you are currently tailing. And as always, if you want access to all of the information that you saw here today, head over to the link in the description. Splitlabs.net, promo code YouTube gets you 50% off your first month. And I will catch you guys on the next one.